السلام عليكم ورحمة الله. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. اللهم إنا نسألك أن تحيي قلوبنا بنور معرفتك أبدا يا الله يا الله يا الله يا رحمن يا رحيم برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين. وصل اللهم على محمد وعلى آله وأصحابه وأتباعه أجمعين والحمد لله رب العالمين. آمين. Qalam, chapter Qalam, 68th chapter of the verse, the Quran, and the verse we are going to start studying today, 39. We studied the previous ones, and verse 39 reads as, what's called, read it? Somebody, Arabic? 39. Yeah. Yeah. Fourth one. Yeah.
Oh, I can read it.
39, the fourth verse from the top.
أم لكم أيمان علينا. That one? Yeah. Okay. أم لكم أيمان علينا بالغة إلى يوم القيامة إن لكم لما تحكمون.
Yeah. Now the English translation.
Or have you received from us an agreement confirmed by an oath extending?
Extending, continue.
Extending to the day of resurrection, that you shall surely have what you demand.
Now, what I wanted to study, as far as this verse is concerned, we studied the book last week. Now, this week, the agreement. Some people translate it as covenant. In Arabic, ahd. So, what is the agreement? What do you understand from the agreement? Between the agreement, I will give you a little bit further explanation. Agreement between me, as the reader, it means a human being, and the speaker is here, the creator, human creator. Do you have an agreement with the creator without going into the common understanding of God asked spirits when it created? What is the essence of this matter? What is it?
Asking the question, have you received directly any information from the Creator?
Did you hear this? Do you remember? Did you hear this? Have you received the
Revelation? Is what you're asking for the word?
Really?
Oh, you're asking me to repeat it. So I said that, have you received direct information from the Creator? Have you been communicating directly with the Creator?
So who received it?
In this case, me.
You?
Yeah.
No? Did you receive?
I mean, that's how I'm reading it. The question posed to me.
Yeah, but that's correct. The question is posed to you. Perfect. But do you really feel anything that you have received? What? The microphone doesn't...
Not directly.
How?
Not in absolute sense.
So
where as if I'm communicating with you, then I'm speaking directly with you.
It's not like this, like the communication between you and me.
No.
How is it then? You are close to the answer.
I mean, the way I see the universe is that I I do see that there's communication, but it's not direct. It's through all of these different forms, layered different ways, and it's interpreted by me with my own view.
Now, let's go back to very beginning.
Yeah.
The definition of the Quran is the speech of your Creator. That is the definition.
Yeah.
You will confirm it or not. That is the later stage. That concerns the later stage. So, he speaks to me in order to continue. In order to?
So that I can better understand what my conditions are, who the Creator is, what's going on with my existence.
In order to teach me how I should use myself and the rest so that I will complete my mission on earth. That's why I am created. So my Creator tells me that look at the covenant between you and me. I say, excuse me, what are you talking about? I don't know. I know nothing. So do you have any covenant between you and me that you will be receiving whatever you want to have? So the covenant is, the covenant referred to here is the means that I am given in order to fulfill my mission on earth. So other verses says this covenant took place between me and my Creator, but how? The Creator lets me know. That's what we have to understand, how to understand the Quran. We have to learn how to understand the Quran. My Creator lets me know that I am able to acknowledge that I have a Lord. I am able, because He asked me, am I your Lord? I said, I am your Lord. I don't remember this event. What? This is a message. Be careful. This is a message to me. This is a guidance for me, letting me know that I am able to acknowledge my Lord. Do you understand? Now, it is not narrating a story. It is a way of teaching me that, look, I have endowed, I have equipped you with the ability to acknowledge that I am your Lord. The verse literally says, I asked you if you are my Lord. You said you are my Lord. Yes. But what does it mean? It means you are able to acknowledge your Lord. Do you understand? The Quran is teaching me, or my Creator is teaching me, that you have already enough means, tools to know your Creator. That's how the Quran should be read. Quran cannot be read as a history book telling me what happened to me in an extraterritorial field or world. I don't know. But my capacity, my Creator is telling me my capacity is enough or has enough equipment to know my Creator. So this verse says, do you or have you received from us an agreement, which means أم لكم أيمان, an agreement between you and me that I definitely you will get what you want. But I don't remember the agreement. But of course, the agreement is when he created me, I will be able to know who my Lord is. It means I have the quality to do that. So the verse is referring to me that use your qualities, whether you find any way that you can really guarantee your future. Use your ability. It's very simple. Do you understand? Although literally it doesn't say this. But how can I get the agreement with my Creator? How? Only one way. The way I am created, enables me to make the contact with my Creator. There is no other way that I can find the truth. I can find who I am. I can find what I can get from this creation or from my Creator. I have no idea apart from using my own abilities given to me. There is no way. So what we do, what the Quran is saying here that we are expected to do, turn into your own self, use your own qualities, and see that by denying your Creator, can you find another way that you can guarantee what you want as a human being? Do you understand that? It seems to be complicated because the way I explain it is not the easy way. But you should understand this. I have to use my human qualities and look at them, use them, and say, yes, I am sure I can get what I want. I can get what I want. This is how I am made. That is the covenant. That is the agreement. That is the iman between me and my Creator. So I have to look at myself, use my own abilities. What I want. What do I want? What do you want?
True happiness.
Sorry?
Sorry, can you repeat that again? Use your qualities, whether you find your way to what?
Use your qualities, whether through by using your qualities, whether you understand that by not referring to the Creator, can you guarantee what you want? Do you understand? What you want now? You said? What do you want?
Eternal happiness.
Eternal happiness, eternal existence, that I should not miss anything. That's what I want. Now, use your human qualities and see how can you guarantee it. How can you guarantee it? What you want? Or who can guarantee it? Guarantee it. Or what can guarantee it in this universe? What you want? Eternal happiness. Can the sun give you eternal happiness?
Yes,
Sun.
but it's not always there, so it can't.
No, even if it is there, you won't be here. So, can they really provide you eternal happiness? But you have the sense to have eternal happiness. That is the agreement between you and your Creator. By giving you the desire, the sense of desire for eternal happiness, that is the agreement. You need eternal happiness. You will get eternal happiness. By denying the Creator, by not acknowledging the Creator, can you find anything in this world which will guarantee you eternal happiness? Anyway?
So are you saying the verse is basically like asking us in a sense of a challenge that like God has given you a desire to seek for eternal happiness?
No.
No?
Yes and no. Now, if you are talking about the verse, it doesn't challenge you. It challenges you whether, without referring to the Creator, can you provide eternal happiness for yourself, since your ultimate demand is eternal happiness. So how can you say that I don't want to acknowledge my Creator? Do you understand? Though, because this is an addressing, this verse addresses to the ones who don't accept and say that it goes back to the very, very beginning of the chapter, because we have been studying when going with a very low speed. So we forgot that those people who say, I have power, I have property, I have status in the society, I am guaranteed. And the Qur'an says, look, can you trust on your property? Can you trust on your own abilities that you can guarantee what as a human being you want? Can you trust anything else in this world which guarantees what you want? And he's asking you to really listen to yourself and be honest to yourself. Be honest to yourself. That is what we should understand. Have you received from us an agreement? It means from your Creator. Us means God is speaking, from your Creator an agreement that in your being we have given you some desires to achieve, to be successful. And did I give you any guarantee in your creation that you yourself can guarantee this desire? Lord.
Okay, so you know how you just said
Lord,
be honest to yourself?
Sorry?
How you just mentioned that you need to be honest to yourself.
Yes, that's what I said, yeah.
So what exactly is being honest to yourself? Is it like your nafs, or is it your...
No, to use technical words.
Yeah.
The technical words doesn't work. Word doesn't work.
I'm just confused with
To
the concept of being honest with
listen to
yourself.
yourself. What you want, what you can do.
Yeah.
It's very simple.
But how do you know the difference between your heart and your mind?
Doesn't matter. Even your heart, even your mind, what do you want as a human being? You are a human being with your heart, with your mind. Why do you divide? Why do you divide them?
Shouldn't you divide them so that
Sorry?
you can think clearly with your heart?
So why don't you think what you want? What do you desire?
I don't know if what I desire is what I really desire.
No, for example, whatever you desire as a human being. As a human being. Now, I want to be warm. That's outside the scope. So I want to be warm. It's not my desire. It is a temporary thing. A human desire. The human desires always extend to eternity. Everything. I want my eyes see perfectly forever. Do you want your eyes to be taken away now? Okay, alhamdulillah. I was expecting an important call, and I told them, don't call me after 7. Okay, look, you don't understand what we mean. That's why you are not very clear. What do you mean human desire? Human desire every perfect thing to happen forever. Don't you want this? Who can guarantee this? But this desire is in you. Who can guarantee this? Who can do it? Galaxies can do that for you. Human cells can do that for you. What do you have? This is the agreement between you and your creator. It means your creator has provided you with the desire for eternal happiness, and this creator gave you the power not to be able to do that. Do you see what I mean? Not to be able to fulfill this desire. So the verse says, okay, what are you going to do now? If you don't trust me as your creator, who can fulfill this desire? That is the question here in the verse. It's very simple. But of course, when you read the verse literally, you have to think what it means according to the definition of the Qur'an. So you cannot read the Qur'an as if you are reading a novel written by Oliver Twist. So you are reading the guidelines sent by your creator. Accordingly, you will understand the verse. But why the verse? Many people ask this question. Why the verses don't say it straight? Now, if the verse said it straight, it would be straight to a certain people within a certain geography. How about now? How about 100 years later? How about the people in another part of the world? Do we understand this? So the creator of the universe speaks once and forever. Once, and this is valid forever. It means for every society, at every time, in every part of the world, it is a guidance. So it must be a universal message. It must be open to interpretation according to the conditions of every society at every time. So the limits, for example, if the speech of the Quran says in a very limited way, how to say, when you go to the market, don't go to this store, but go to this store, and this store exists, it doesn't exist in somewhere in Malaysia, for example. So the verse will be redundant. What are you expecting from the verse? Go to the best store for you. So you have to define what is the best store for you according to your conditions. It may be X, it may be Y, it may be Z. Get it? So this is up to you now, but you are expected to search the best one. Not any store just comes in front of you. Right? That's why the language of the scriptures, not only Quran, necessarily original scriptures must include the universal message. So Quran must include the universal message. So it says in Arabic, Iman, in English translated as agreement between you and me, your creator. So what is the agreement between you and me? What is the agreement between you and God, your creator? The qualities God endowed you with is the agreement. You understand? For example, what you want, what you desire as a human being, as your human desires, is given to you by your creator. It is in Arabic, wa'id. It is a promise by your creator, which can only be fulfilled by him. Why? Because he gives you, the creator gives you, makes you the promise. You understand that? And the creator tells you that this promise can only be accomplished by me. Why? The purpose of being in this world, to train ourselves to get to know my creator and establish the connection with him, educate my human qualities accordingly, get ready for graduation, so that you will get a degree. Accordingly, you will be given the profession. Yeah, we call this degree death. It means the end of training. We got it. Yeah, we got it here. Any question? No? So don't say that we are really extending by force the meaning of the verse. It is, to me, straightforward meaning. Obvious meaning is this, not literal reading. Any of the scripture, any part of the scripture cannot be read and understood literally, with no exception. It's a big job. But what does it mean? We have to think of the meaning, universal meaning of the message of the verse within the context of the objectives of the Qur'an. So if someone doesn't have the objectives of the Qur'an, it cannot interpret the universal meaning of the message, and this person can never apply the universal message to himself, his own case. Yes. Excuse me.
Sorry. I agree that that scripture should not be read literally, and it's more than even poetry, and it has.
Yeah. Shall I make a small modification? Should not be. Cannot be. Somebody may read it, but it is not the scripture.
It's like going to poetry and trying to take a literal. I mean, it is necessarily packed with meanings. But when you come to verses which, for example, lay things out clearly, like inheritance laws, how do you not read that literally, or how do you make that cleavage there?
But literally, you cannot read it in order to get the message. Now, I think you are new in our classes. Yeah. Human beings have not two sides, mind and heart. This is an artificial division. It is impossible. You cannot really separate mind and heart. They work together in harmony. But you can comfortably separate human beings into two parts. Physical part, body, my flesh. Animal side, we call it. Every animal has the arm and leg and eyes and ears, yeah? Material, biological side. And the other one is human side. Now, it is strange that we don't notice, and our attention are not drawn by the fact that if you read these verses, which are called mostly Medinian verses, not Meccan verses, deals comparatively comparatively with Meccan verses, Medinian verses, comparatively more deals with the practical life. So the practical life are presented to us in such a way that, as you said, inheritance law, for example, is very straightforward, and we need to read it literally. Yes, but at the end of this kind of presentations, you find إِنَّهُ كَانَ عَلِيمًا رَحِيمًا إِنَّ اللَّهَ عَزِيزٌ حَكِيمٌ. He is definitely most knowledgeable, most merciful, he is glorious, and he is wise. What is it to do with the law? Because Qur'an presents the law not like the civil society's law system. Civil society's law system addresses your animality, right? But these are deep questions, deep matters. So you cannot really just say that this is the law. I read the Quran, it says so. But the Quran is saying, not American law is saying. American law says you have to give 10%, 20% of your income, whatever, or profit you are making yearly. That's it. But when the Quran says, or the scripture says, you have to pay 20% of your property, this verse, animality understands, yes, that I have $20 or 20%, let's make it $100, and I have to take $100 from my pocket, give it to somebody's poor, needy, or lower than your status. But is it the aim of the Quran? Never. Why? God speaks to you to guide you to make your life meaningful. According to what? According to the objects of the Quran. What is the objects of the speech of God, which is Quran? In this case, what is the object of speech of God? To train you to introduce your human qualities to their creator and connect your human qualities, be careful here, connect your human qualities to their eternal absolute source. This is the purpose of giving money, or I don't know, getting the inheritance from your parent when somebody dies and leaves some property. Okay, Quran doesn't speak in order to distribute the property, but Quran speaks to your animality while you are practicing your animal needs. You have to train your human side. That is the purpose. For example, why do you think you are hungry? I think you get hungry sometimes, do you? If you don't eat one day and see what will happen. So your creator forces you to eat food. Why? It is food. Eating food like, like animals eat food when they are hungry. What is the difference between animals eating food when they are hungry and human beings eating food when they are hungry? What is the difference? Animals feed their animal side. The mission has been accomplished. But human feeds their animal side in order to train, educate their human side. All the physical actions, I need to keep myself warm. There is a purpose. Not only to keep my body warm, to understand that I am needy, to understand that this world is organized, put in a perfect order, so that I should inquire, I should question, I should reflect. Who is organizing all this? Animals don't. Even they do, we don't know. As far as I am concerned, I do. But if you are putting your coat on now, for example, excuse me, don't misunderstand me. I never intend to insult anybody. But as an example, if you just put your coat on physically and say, I'm warm now, and never use this event, putting the coat on, feeling warm and comfortable, who is providing all this for me? Who is organizing of this order? It is nothing more than animals doing that. Your humanity gets no benefit. That is what your creator comes into your life and says, you have to see wisdom in this action and look for the source of this action. That's why one page of explaining the worldly transactions, there are not really, there is only one verse. By the way, one page, the others are just 2-3 lines here and there. Yeah, they consist only 5% of the Qur'an. But some people say not 5. It's even, I don't believe it is 5%. Just 2% or something of the Qur'an. Main purpose of the Qur'an is what? To introduce that this world is transient. It is going to completely be destroyed. You are going to die. And you cannot trust your body. You cannot trust anything in this world. Reminds you that your life is so fragile. But you need security. Now, search for the security. That's the main purpose. When you search for the security, you can only understand that security is not provided by anything of this universe. But I need it. Because I am given this sense. Here is the agreement between you and your creator. You need security, but you cannot find security in the world. Got it? What does it mean? It is a call. Who made me be in need of this security, and there is no security in this world? What's going on? You should lose your sleep. Then you understand what the Quran is saying. So all the transaction, for example, if someone doesn't know Islam, what Islam Muslims are doing, etc., the meaning, what they say, they come here, make a line, and start doing bowing or this kind of activities. Somebody goes in the front and starts singing. That's the point. That is the outward physical appearance of the action. Right? This is my body's practicing it. But through practicing my body, my human side must get training. What is this? Who am I in this world? What is my position in this world? Where can I find the satisfaction for my human side? Okay, I can go to the market or store, get satisfaction for my body. But where shall I find the satisfaction for my human side? That is what Qur'an is aiming at. That's what the Qur'an gives you guidance. All these physical arrangements, material arrangements mentioned in the Qur'an are for another purpose. This another purpose is universal. And this universal side of the purpose must be read according to your capacity, or the one who reads the Quran, according to his or her capacity, according to his or her own situation, according to his or her own need. So this universal meaning is so wide, you can take one string out of it and apply it to yourself. And you change, for example, experience changes, your position changes, etc. You may be very happy and suddenly you hear a telephone call and get according to you, a bad news. I don't think there's a bad news, but, and say that, oh, something happened to your uncle or auntie, something like that. You suddenly change into a bad mood or unhappy mood. And the same verse should mean to you according to your unhappy mood.
Say that again.
The same verse should mean to you according to your unhappy or I don't know, how do you call it? Painful mood.
What verse?
Any verse you read, any verse. So the same verse will give you guidance when you are happy in a certain way. The same verse will give you guidance according to your conditions.
You're saying any verse that I would read should have a connection with the mood that I was just put in.
Well, of course, you have to interpret it. Why do you need it? So how do air molecules work in your body? What is going on? Yeah. How do they give the air molecules energy or clean your blood? Who are they? Where did they get the education? And you have to admire it and go and prostrate before the Creator who arranged everything perfectly. Right? This is the point. This is the message of the Quran. Any more questions? Anything confusing? That I like confusing people's minds. So, but don't think of what we are saying here in terms of what you hear outside. This is the class where we emphasize on methodology of reading the Quran here and now. Here and now. What shall I do with this verse? Right? Let's see one more second. Yeah. Okay. If there is no other question, we can study verse number 40. Okay? So who's going to read the Arabic verse? Arabic original? Okay. Original. No. Yeah.
سألهم أيهم بذلك زعيم.
Yeah, very simple. So the English. Yeah. English.
Ask them which of them guarantees this.
Yeah. Actually, we covered this. Yeah, we covered this. What can guarantee your needs, human needs? Who can guarantee your human needs? Now, what can guarantee your human needs? Your human needs. Yeah.
Well, the one who basically guarantees everything else.
Sorry?
The one who basically guarantees everything else.
The one guarantees everything else can guarantee. It means very simple way of understanding. I repeat this approach, but unfortunately, it doesn't really, not because you are not paying attention, it doesn't register because you don't hear much. Whoever gave you the human needs, human qualities to you, can guarantee it. It's very simple. It's very simple.
And by human needs, we mean eternal needs.
If you have a human need which doesn't have an eternal dimension, think about it, whether it's a human need or animal need. Now, when you are hungry, I do, not you. I feel my stomach. I think I have satisfied my need, not obvious, eh? Which need? My stomach's need. That's animal. What human beings need, while you have a wonderful plenty of food in front of you, if you remember that there was an earthquake, for example, or something, 100,000 people don't have anything to eat. What do you do? They are stranded. What are they called? They don't have any access to any other part of the world. They are starving. Do you feel sorry for them?
Yes.
But your stomach is full. The food is in front of you. Why do you feel sorry for them? What makes you feel sorry? That is humanity. So, do you think that, okay, I am full. Now, however you are, however old you are, I don't mind. Until now, I think you have all filled your stomach. Yeah, I did. Now, I have been having satisfied stomach for 67, or now coming to 68, 68 years. After October, I'm 68. So 68 years I have been having the stomach. If someone says, okay, that's enough, let's slaughter you. Are you expecting me to say, oh, yes, you can, because my stomach has always been full? So, no. It means satisfaction. You have to guarantee at your existential level that your need for satisfaction must be accomplished eternally. This relationship between you and your food, or whatever you need, water, whatever you need, or air, is a means of, if you like, stimulating, motivating your human side to question, to be activated, to remind you, hey, how can you satisfy your human need, which has no end? We discussed this a lot. We talked about this on many occasions. If someone lives 1,000 years and young, energetic, that's enough. Now you can kill me. Can they say that? No one says this. So we want continuity. But is there any way in this world or is there anything in this world that guarantees its existence eternally? Anything. They don't know what they are doing. They cannot guarantee anything. Even the human beings are the most intelligent creatures, it seems to be, not all of them except me. So, the most intelligent creatures, they can investigate the order and find out the way of satisfying themselves. They cannot guarantee anything. Let alone the mountains or the stars or the galaxies or the moon or sun. Impossible. So we have to understand that nothing can guarantee the eternal happiness, eternal satisfaction in this world, but I need eternal satisfaction. That's why everything points to our need for eternal satisfaction in that particular field, with no limitation. Do you want, there are 6 billion people. Would you like 5 billion 900 million people are satisfied, but 100 million people. Let them be destroyed and let them die of hunger. Would you like it? If you are given the option, what would you say as a human being? With no exception, everybody must be satisfied. Yeah? That is what the sign in our creation, that we have no limit for the satisfaction, human satisfaction, time-wise, space-wise, eternally, time-wise, everything, space-wise. We get sad when we hear that my father died. Do you see what I mean? Why? I don't want him to die. Why? Be careful. Ultimately, because I don't want to die. It's not selfish. It is your reality. It is the sign for you who you are, to teach you. It's your reality. So I don't want to die. So if someone gets ill and cannot move, let's say, God forbid, paralyzed, you get sad. If your friend says that, look, there's a neighbor who is paralyzed and needs to be taken care of and taken to hospital, would you say, no, I can move myself, I don't care? Can you say that? As a human being, what do? Whatever the way you find to help this man, you will help. That is what your humanity is. But your body says, I'm fine. Yeah, I can move. But your humanity says, no, this person also must be able to move. So there is no limit for human expectations. These senses are witnesses for us that we need a source which guarantees my eternal happiness. Who can be? Very simple. Answer is very simple. Never forget. Whoever gave this need to me, only he can satisfy it. Because he gave the need to me. Do you understand? He gave me the need. So, he can satisfy it. No one else. It means my creator. That is the main objective of the Quran. To get to know whom you can trust. Who you can trust. To get to know him. So connect your feelings, your human qualities to him. Trust him. Trust him. Do you understand? It's very simple. But this is put in a language that the people presented to you for their own purpose, not for the purpose of our class. They say, God says, I created human beings to worship me. So go and pray. Right? Because we have to worship, because our understanding of worship is only pray, fasting. More or less, this kind of things. But the Quran worship is acknowledgement of your creator. This is, prayer is a means of it. Fasting is a means of it. If you pray in order not to use it as a means of acknowledging your creator, what's happening? Your body moves. Your spirit is frightened of everything that you may hear a quote-unquote bad news. Something is wrong with you, or your mother is sick, or something like that. Because we are not really worshiping God. Means we are not acknowledging God, which means these things we are subject to, we put in connection, bad or good. Both of them are according to us, bad or good. Both of them, both the bad things, that good things that we like, we don't like, are equally good, essentially, to get to know. These are the means, opportunities to get to know my relationship between me and my Creator. Whether with the mercy, with the benevolence of the Creator that I am happy with, in order to acknowledge who my Creator is, or through the actions which are not liked, enjoyed by me, understand who I am. I am ill, let's say. I cannot do anything, but I want to be healed. Why? In order to know who the one who cares your health, who is the creator of your healthy times and limbs, members of your body. Who is doing that? To recognize it. Still, connection between you and your Creator is aimed at to be established through these actions that we don't like. Acknowledge your Creator. Everything is pretty much the same. To acknowledge your Creator. Everything. Don't you have to use your animal side to act in the positive way or negative way? Don't you go to the hospital? Yes. You go to hospital, you go to and take your medicine, but these actions are all for acknowledgement of your Creator. Must be. If you don't use it in this way, you are wasting your life. Yeah.
I had a comment, I guess like a personal observation that I had made, which was that this like uncertainty of not knowing when you get good news and bad news, for me, I found that that unpredictability of the future was very unsettling. So in order to get over, and this is just like a personal observation that I found, was in order to get over that unpredictability, I would sort of cause like self-sabotage. So for instance, I would almost cause things to happen that would preoccupy my time so that I wouldn't think about.
Run away from it.
Yes. So for instance, like I would say I had a project that was due a month from now, I would not do it. So maybe in the last week, I'll be so focused on getting this thing done that I won't have to worry about that unpredictability that I can't control. So I would create these artificial.
Yeah, you keep yourself busy by following another path.
Yes.
Yeah. So that is human weakness. We have to stop it. We have to really be serious with our existence, because we are given this education opportunity only once in our life. After the graduation, there is no coming back. And, oh, I will do this and I would do this. It was wrong. Or no. Use your opportunity now. The professor comes to the class, if you like. Of course, it is an analogy. Comes to the class, tells you what needs to be told, and class is over. Whether you take the lesson, whether you learn it or not, it's over. Now, next time, professor comes another time, tells you another subject. Now, your turn now. You missed last class. Are you going to miss this class as well? It's up to you. You are free. No one forces anybody in this world. The school is there. No registration fee, anything, free. Whether you listen to it, take the lesson from it, learn something or not, that's up to you. You are free. Got it? Okay. 41, the last verse.
أم لهم شركاء فليأتوا بشركائهم إن كانوا صادقين.
Yeah. Translation? Anybody? Yep.
Or do they have associates? Then let them bring their associates if they speak the truth.
Now, of course, we know that the same understanding is expanding now. Explained. Yeah? Associates. Do you have associates? It means, no, I cannot do it, but my father can do it. I cannot do it, but the systems. I use this in order to really remind something. Insurance system can do it. Hospital system can do it. But something else. I cannot do it, but another matter in this world can do it. These are the associates. So think about it. Bring all the world to your help. Can you guarantee your the desire for eternal happiness? The universe is yours. Can you? The universe is yours. The universe is given to you. Can you say that, okay, now, with the help of these others, I cannot do it, that's understood. Now the stage is following. How about with the help of others? Can I do it? With the help of others. Can you do it? Think about it. That's what the Quran says. So even in some verses, it explicitly challenges, bring everything in the world to your help and fulfill one hope, human hope. Human hope. Bring everything to help you. And the Quran even says, even they have free will. Even they have free will that they don't understand me, they don't really listen to me, but even they had free will. Call them for your help to satisfy or to show the way to satisfy your human need. That's what the Quran says, literally says, you cannot, it's very important, bring a news like one single chapter of the Quran. The single chapter of the Quran brings you the news, but with the help of anything in the world, get together and say that, okay, every chapter of the Quran tells you, get to know your Creator. He is the eternal one. He is the one who created you. He is the one who is able to create this universe. He is the one who is able to fulfill his promise by giving you the desires. Who else can promise this? All the people, 6 billion people get together and say, yeah, don't worry, we will guarantee your need. Can they say this? This is what the Quran says. You cannot bring even one single verse of the Quran. If you get, of course, we shouldn't understand in a literal way. So no one can bring you the news and assures you that you will get it. Even bring all your helpers. Associates. Associates means I cannot do it, but with the help of my family, we can do it.
How powerful do you think our thoughts are?
Sorry?
How powerful do you think our thoughts are?
But whatever you are still there. You didn't know why step ahead. Thoughts, desires are you as a human being. Everything is you. Why do you divide? You cannot divide. Whatever you want, that's what you are.
But it's like so difficult to process when you have your conscious thoughts and your subconscious thoughts, and then your heart, and then your desires, and then your animal
So you have to
side,
think.
your human side.
You have
So
to
many
think.
different
It's
things.
very simple.
Yeah.
No, but isn't that very simple to make the distinction between human need and body need? It's very simple. Everybody knows it. You know that if someone hurts you, you just move your hand. You just run away from it. That's so simple.
What if God throws?
Sorry?
What if God, Allah? What if He throws just a tribulation on you? You know.
What do you mean God's tribulation on you? Everything is created by Him. What's special God's tribulation? You have to look at your world, yeah, and your interaction with it. Whatever happens, you have to think, what is the message in this event for me?
Yeah.
That's it. You have to look the message, for the message. Look for the message. It's very simple. So
There's an ayah that says that whatever evil you come in contact with is from yourself, and it's,
what do you mean the evil? There is no evil. Your interpretation. There is no evil. This is given to you in order to use it. Even it is given to you so that you will use it in order to know what you are, who you are. Whatever. There is no such evil. God doesn't give you evil.
well, that's the English interpretation, and sort of
Whatever it is, share
Yeah.
in Arabic. Yeah. But there is no share in essence. What we don't like, we call it share. That's what the Quran speaks to me. And as a human being, I say, I don't like it. Okay. For example, hell, I don't want to be punished. I want to be rewarded. That is what I am, how I am created. How can you save yourself from punishment? One way. There's only one way. Only the creator of your desire can save you from the punishment. So acknowledge it, because there is no other thing. That these are the verses saying, look, you cannot really find any associates will help you. You cannot really find anybody or any group of people or anything in the world, call everything you like. You cannot give the promise of one verse to yourself. Do you understand?
so processing whatever's happening in a way that's meaningful for you.
Of course, the purpose is to help you get to know who your real source of trust is. That's what we have to attribute our existence to the creator of our being. Not anything else here. That is called oneness of God. That is called trusting in God. It means attributing or becoming aware of your existence as belonging to the absolute being. This connection must be established. Simply, very simple. That is belief. That's very simple. That is belief. If you are convinced about it. But you cannot be convinced by eliminating the universe, anything of the universe that they cannot satisfy you. But this is, you have to really reason, yeah? You shouldn't copy paste your previous culture. You have to reason. This is methodologically very important, extremely important. You cannot say, okay, how am I going to connect myself to the creator? Well, is there any lift or something? This is ridiculous. So what you should do, first, make sure that every part of the universe is eliminated. It means I am sure my father cannot guarantee my human expectations. I am sure the insurance companies cannot guarantee my human expectations. I am sure I cannot guarantee my human expectations. I am sure even the whole wealth of the world is given to me. I cannot guarantee my human expectations. What's that? Eliminated the universe now. That is called the first stage of process. Who will remind me? This first stage of process, very fundamental process. Sorry? La ilaha. If you don't establish La ilaha, there is nothing in this world that they can satisfy my human qualities. You cannot say illallah and you can never start thinking from illallah. Only God. Only God phrase, illallah phrase, is the conclusion of La ilaha. Something like this. There is nothing in the world, in the whole universe, can really satisfy my human qualities. So therefore, the one who created me within this universe must be the one who is the source of satisfaction, illallah. Very simple. Don't see that I am making the things complicated. No, it's very simple. Quranic teaching is very simple. We made it complicated by reading it literally and going into historical background, going into the culture, how the culture, those people who are not aware of the Quran, what it says, etc., and they narrate you that, you know what will happen when you die, an angel will come, death of angel, and ask you this question. I've never seen that. And what does it mean? We have to interpret and understand what it means for me. Yeah. So as I always repeat, the main obstacle in the way of understanding religion is your cultural religion. You understand? That is why we have to say, okay, what's right, what is wrong in the cultural religion? I have no criterion to make the distinction, put it aside. Now, be a human being, look at the verses from belief training perspective. You are not going to be a jurist. So to make the decision, juridical decision out of the reading of the verses. You are not, and it is none of your business. So it is another way of reading the Quran. This is not our subject. It is none of us is here to become a jurist. So that's not my duty. So I asked them, well, today we are going to now, I'm going to pray, let's say, late night prayer, Isha prayer. What shall I do? A person says, what we heard, what we learned, you have to do this, Allahu Akbar, and bow, and 4 times repeat these units of prayer, and that is Salat Isha. Okay, you can do it, but what is important? Why are you doing it? Have you educated that? You educated yourself about it? Mainly Quran says, pray, and doesn't say what to do. Perform the prayer, 24 times. Repeats, Aqim as-salah, alladhina yusalluna. What's this kind of phrases uses? What? Never describes it. What shall I do? So the message of the Quran is to fill the cup. It means physical action. Physical action is the cup. Now, what is to be put in it? So both sides are needed, not both parts are needed. You need the cup in order to put water in it. You need the water to use the cup. This is what I mean. Yeah? That's the jurists describes as the cup. Our understanding of the message of the Quran, as far as the belief side of it is concerned, that's my personal business. No one can really inject me to do this, do that. I have to develop, I have to educate myself, inshallah. So this 41st verse of the Quran is the same. I mean, not the same. Explaining further, as if giving other options that you can think this way, you can think of the matter from this perspective as well, right? So it's very practical. Actually, if you know the methodology, Quran's message is so plain, as it says, mubin, clear, no complications. When the Quran says you cannot find any contradiction, means this, in this plain understanding of the fundamental teachings of the Quran, that you are here to get to know your Creator and educate your feelings for this purpose until you die. There's no end for educating. Everything is created to you is to be used as an opportunity to educate yourself. Very simple. Do you see any contradiction in it? Do you see that there is a verse which says, no, not only God, but also if you, for example, go to this king, he can also satisfy your human needs. Is there any such confusions in the Quran? Always, which is called among the Muslims, the word, the Muslim vocabulary, tawheed, straight path, which goes to God. It means connects you to God. How? This one straight, me and my Creator. That's so simple. The whole Quran is really the teachings of the Quran. If you, the bottom line of the teaching, bottom of the whatever you call that, bottom foundation of the teachings of the Quran is this: get to know your Creator and attach yourself to Him, connect yourself to Him, to define your existence in His existence, according to His existence. Which language is better? Define your existence in connection with His existence. It's very simple. But how are we going to do it? Every opportunity we have to analyze it within this perspective. Again and again and again, we need training. But if you stop it, we lose. Shall we read one more? No. Slightly change 42. Although the same line of thinking, but now in the following verse, the subject will be slightly dealt with in a slightly different background. Let's stop here without really getting very tired. Inshallah, next Wednesday, we will carry on from the verse 42. Yeah. Thank you very much. And if you have any questions like this, I'm emphasizing, don't come up with your cultural religious understanding you heard from somewhere. No. Speak within the conditions of the method we are following here, which is reading the Quran for a very practical purpose, to apply the message of the Quran here in my life now. According to what? According to human needs. If you ask me, for example, a person came to me today, physically, a newly converted person, said, I asked them, if you have any questions, come to me, we discuss something, he had a small question, etc. Okay, he thought that I am ready to help him in any ways. He said, I don't know how to, I want to memorize such and such chapter of the Quran, short chapters, the newly converted, and can you help me? I said, if you go to anybody in the masjid, they can teach you how to recite this chapter in a very perfect way. When you want to learn the meaning, come to me. Don't keep me busy with the pronunciations. Everybody cares. They are crazy about teaching the pronunciation. It's not bad, but it is easy. I said, go to the masjid. Anybody can help you. But when it comes to the meaning, come to me. It doesn't mean that they don't know. No, that's my specialty, meaning. So don't lose yourself or waste your time, which is possible to learn from anybody. In this class, we just follow one line of thinking. From belief perspective, reading the Quran, making it practical for me here and now. Inshallah. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم سبحانك لا علم لنا إلا ما علمتنا إنك أنت العليم الحكيم وآخر دعواهم أن الحمد لله رب العالمين. سر سورة الفاتحة.